Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about authentication and authorization. Okay, I'm going to try to talk about the concepts as much as possible and terms that you will use, and then we will try to do it practically. We will try to do it with Clerk, and we're going to try also with Better Auth, because this, in my opinion, these are the two most used authentication frameworks tools available in 2026. So let's start with the definition. First of all, what's authentication? Authentication, or we can call it also auth-n, confirms who you are. Okay, logging in user name and password, auth or API keys, so basically confirms who you are. Okay, authorization, auth-v, confirms what you do, what you can do. That's the difference. Can a user edit this post? Can admin access this dashboard? That's the idea of the authorization. So remember, auth-n is equals to identity, auth-z is equals to permission. So authentication, we have session-based. Server stores session ID in database plus sends cookie. Okay, that's the session-based authentication. Server stores session ID in database and sends cookie. Okay. So and it's simple. If the session-based, it's simple and works well for web application. Okay, this is the session-based, and however, token-based, it's different. JWT and bearer token, which is more used actually. No server storage needed. Token carries identity and claim. That means no need to store on the server like we did in session-based, right? Yeah. So OAuth means social login, like Google. Let users log in via Google or GitHub. Okay. You mostly delegate authentication, store minimal information. That's the benefit of OAuth. Like, we have here sign in with Google, sign in whenever we go to the specific websites here. We have, for example, any website you want to go, like Swigger, for example. Here, get this website. Okay, now I want to sign in. All I have to do is just go here. Portugal is not. They don't have that feature actually. They don't have OAuth implemented, but we can try Facebook. Okay, so when you go to Facebook right now, okay, you can just again, Facebook is also not seems, but there are let's see, Instagram. Sign in. So we have Canva or something. Let's see, Canva. Actually, the reason it's not going to give me because I'm already signed in, so I have to log out. But you get the point. Like, basically, we'll have login with Google or login with the GitHub or stuff. So the best practices of authentication, what we need to know is, like, always hash the passwords. Okay, before sending it to the database. Never store plain text. Okay, use bcrypt. Bcrypt, it's a tool library used in Express merge stack, so that we can convert the plain text password to hash password. Okay, bcrypt, it's important. And use HTTPS. Never send credentials over HTTP. Okay, if you send data over HTTP, it's insecure. It can be intercepted with tools like Wireshark and stuff inside the network. But HTTPS is secure, encrypted. Short-lived access token plus refresh token. That means, let's say you have a token. If it has a expiry date, a time, like here, not expiry time, just like a short time here, 15 minutes. It means after 15 minutes, it's not going to work. Okay, that's the access token. Okay, so it has to be like short. The token has to be short. Refresh token is what we use to update get a new access token. Okay, this also 7 days. Verify token on every request. You have to verify token on every request. Never skip server-side validation. This is important. Always validate the token on the server side. Multi-factor authentication. This is optional but strong, like SMS or email. Additional authentication gives you, when you log into website, it will ask you for a code, right? Authentication, that's what it means. Account locking, prevent brute force. You have to lock your account. This is important to prevent brute force, because an attacker could try different combination of username and password to try to access your account. Okay, if you don't have brute force. But if you have brute force, to lock brute force prevention mechanisms like account locking. You can lock the account. Okay, and authorization, we have the core models you need to know is like RBAC, role-based access control, like user assigned roles. Roles have permissions, like admin, editor, views. Basically, these are the roles. Like if you go to any system, for example, okay, what do you see? Like if you go to any system, you have different roles, right? I want to show you in a specific system actually. Yeah, so you can see this is role-based access control. What you can do, like an admin, he has more permissions, right? He can edit, delete, add. An editor, he can just edit or something, he cannot delete. Viewer, he can just see, he cannot edit or add. So that's the idea of role-based access control. Attribute-based access control, access based on user attribute or resource attributes. User can only edit posts they own. So this is it. So this is attribute-based access control. Okay, like for example, in my post application, now if I didn't publish this post, if I created it, I'm the creator and author of this post, then I will be able to edit or delete it, right? But I cannot delete if some other post created by some other authors, because it's not mine, right? So that's what it means, attribute-based access control. Okay, best practice for authorization: always check permission on the server side. Always check validate and check permission on the server side. Never rely on front-end logic. Principle of least privilege. Users get only the permission they need. Okay, that's follow this one. Don't give users more than the permission that they need. Use consistent policy. RBAC plus ABAC hybrid is common for production app. Fail-safe defaults. Deny by default. Allow explicitly. Okay. Audit logging. Record who accessed what for security audit. This is for audit logging. Okay. Common pitfall to avoid: checking only in front end, and it's dangerous because user can bypass control easily. Hard coding roles and permission. Hard to scale, change later. Using plain text JWT without verification. Anyone can forge a token. Yeah, the token can be edited. Okay, you can go back to my previous course, Red Team Fundamentals, to see this one. Okay, I was able to modify the content of the JWT because we don't have any validation on the backend. Okay, without verification. Overly broad permissions exploit risk. Not expiring tokens. Yeah, this is the benefit of setting an expiry time for the token. Stolen token. So if someone steals your token, he can access your account forever. But if there is a limit, you are limiting the time. If there is an expiry time. So we'll just see the real world patterns here, and then we will try to do it practically. And let's say we have let's see how much. Okay, it's just 9 minutes. That's actually good. So we have here this is an example of a JWT token. Okay, it's a JWT. I import JWT here. Export async function handler. It's going to take request and response. So const token equals to request.header.authorization.split. This one. User token.verified.null. If not user, returns rest status unauthorized. So I'm just saying, if it is if user.role is not admin, return the status 403 forbidden. So this is what I'm saying in the this is just a code. We use const post wait forbidden. Okay, for production level, use JWT plus HTTPS plus hash password plus refresh token, and use RBAC for roles and ABAC for ownership and server-side checks. Always log and monitor access. Keep API stateless when possible. Token is greater than sessions for SPA and mobiles for single-page applications. And these are the patterns, actually, real-world patterns that I'm talking about. You see, this one is written by I think MERNStack. So it has to be MERNStack because login user. Okay, export async function login user. Here we will take the email and password from the user, and we are going to check the email if it exists. If it's not, it doesn't exist, we will throw this error, user not found, and const valid await bcrypt compare. This is just to compare the password that the user entered with the password that we got from the database, the password hash. Remember, on the database, always the password is stored in hashed format. That's why we have to store it in hashed format, actually. And bcrypt will compare it. If it's not valid, invalid credentials, and we'll take token here equals to jwt.sign id, okay, user id, and role, user role. It's going to use the role and the id and sign the jwt here, put it inside token. So this is how tokens are created. And then the token contains the id and the role. Okay, be careful not to include the password here because it can be again hacked. Okay, the token. So you just use the JWT secret we have to use, and we add the expiry. Remember to add the expiry date, which is 15 minutes here in this case. And here we create a refresh token, jwt.sign, the same idea, just we have a refresh secret here separately, and the refresh token will have a longer expiry time, like 7 days or something. Then we're going to return both the token, refresh token, and users. So hash passwords, short-lived access tokens, and refresh token to verify on every request. Okay, remember the core patterns. And the token verification, we have here API middleware. I just created the middleware here and imported JWT from JSON Web Tokens. Again, this is MERNStack code, okay, but that's basically how it will be. Okay, there are tools that will simplify all this, but I'm just going through this so that we can learn how it is on the bottom, and how it actually works, so we can understand properly what it is. And then we have here verify token. Okay, we have token here. It will take token. Okay, if there is no token, then return null, but if there is, try return jwt.verify token with the JWT secret. Okay, this is what we do for verification, token verification. Okay, all this JWT is actually we got it from JSON Web Token, which is a library in MERNStack. Okay, same thing with bcrypt, is a library in MERNStack, and JSON Web Token is a library from MERNStack. Actually, that's why we're importing. All this are built in built in the libraries. So client side React, we have here on the client side, this is how it looks basically. Const token is equals to local storage get item token. Okay, and authorization bearer, this is where we put the token, actually only authorization bearer. It's a header, we find it authorization, it's a header. Okay, we add the bear token. Okay, so for authorization, what you can do, we'll have it will look like this: function require role. It will take the user and the role. Okay, if not user means it's not signed in, and or this is or user role is not role, whatever it is, it's admin or whatever, then forbidden. It will return for you, give you forbidden, right? Same thing here. To verify token, request header authorization dot split dot one, require role, user, and admin. Only admin can access. Okay, attribute based, we'll just check where by ID, and we're going to compare. If the author ID is not equals to the user ID, then throw an error, forbidden. Okay, so this is combined. This is an API example. Okay, here actually this is for Next.js example, combining authentication and authorization. Okay, so here we have import Prisma from lib.prisma, and here we have import verify token from lib.middleware, and yeah, so yeah, this is what we used, and basically this is the same thing that we were doing until now. It's the concept, and yeah, these are the key things that we need to remember. For access token, always make sure that JWT is short-lived, and we have include refresh token, and yeah, remember they are stateless API. Okay, the reason is scalable. That means we don't store anything on the database. Okay, unlike session IDs, sessions. Yeah, and the roles use HTTPS only, same site cookies. Yeah, so audit. Yeah, so the real. Yeah, so basically. So this is a role-based hook. User here. Let's say you want to like edit. We want to hide buttons based on the permissions. You can do that also. You see this one here. I'm importing the auth here from here, and I can use this pattern like the scan edit. If he has this permission, edit permission, show this button. If no, don't show this button, hide it, or something like this I can use, right? So the concept is just putting a hook here, role-based buttons we can do like this, and that's about it. Now we're going to do it practically. Okay, we talked enough about the theory. Now we're going to try to do it practically. Okay, so just I'm going to pause the video because I need to install create a new folder, Next.js, or let's do it. No, let me just pause it because I want to start a new project, create a new project. It will take time. Okay, we can continue now because I already created a new folder for authentication here. I'm just going to remove this one. I'm going to open RFCE, and that's it. So I'm just going to run this one, npm run dev, run dev. So now I'm going to, let's start with Clerk.js because that's the easiest to implement, and then we'll start with we'll go with Better Auth. Okay, I'm just going to go to Google now. Type Clerk Auth. Okay, so we can see here more than authentication, complete user management, need more than sign in, gives you full stack auth, user management, and faster. So let's start building for free, and in order to use it, actually we have to install this one, run the following to install the SDK. Okay, and let me just go ahead and run it. Let me first go to the terminal. Actually, I can just go here and view terminal. Put this here, and let me paste this one and see what happens. Remove this one, we don't need it. And yeah, let's install this one. Just give it some time so it will install, and until it installs we can see what we can do here. Add Clerk middleware in. Yeah, it's not installing because what? Create a new one. I already installed it, but there seems to be an issue here. 1 second. Let me just stop it for a moment and see what's the issue. Okay. I think it's because actually I should go to my app and there. Let's check the path. We have source, but it's already under the path, so it should work. Technically, it should be working here. Just remove this one for a moment. Prisma, it's saying .env. I think can't find module, but I already installed it. 1 second, there is some issue here actually with the installation. This one I already installed actually. Prisma client also installed. Process.env. Let me do npm install just to make sure all the dependencies are actually installed. Maybe the space, 1 second, let me check my hard disk space. Sometimes if you have low space it's going to cause issues. 6 GB, which should be enough. Okay, this is actually taking too much time. Anyways, you know what? Let me just do one thing here. Let me go ahead and use the old project because this is going to be drag. Let me just use the old project here. CD desktop CD clean. Yeah, so what I will do is actually, yeah, so let me install it here because actually we are running out of time, and let me just do this here. Control V, and I don't have time for this. I'm going to install this one. Okay, now it's done, and once this is installed, all we have to do is add Clerk middleware to your app. Grants you access to user authentication state throughout your app. It also allows you to protect specific route authentication. If you're using Next.js less than 15, the name is file, yeah, instead of yeah. So basically, I'm going to create proxy.ts, which is yeah, here. I'm going to import Clerk and add this one. Okay, let me add this one. Okay, I'm just going to add here. I'm going to go to my app here, and I'm just going to create a new file here, proxy.ts, and by default, Clerk middleware will not protect any route. Any routes are public, and you must opt in protection from routes. To learn how to require authentication, add Clerk provider to your app. The Clerk provider component provides session and user context in Clerk's hook. It's recommended to wrap your entire app at the entry point with the Clerk provider to make authentication globally accessible. See the and we have add so what we need to do is just add this one on the layout. You know about the layout here, so you just have to insert this one, import Clerk provider, and import yeah, we just need this one actually. Just import Clerk provider, and no, you just need to put it here. Just use Clerk provider, opening and closing, and put children here. Okay, and create headers with Clerk components, and you can control your content. Yeah, so yeah, we can just import show sign in button, user button here from Clerk Next.js actually. See, this is why this is very simple to use. All we have to do is just, and then we will put show here and the button and everything. I'll just copy it as it is from the header here, and I'll put it inside the Clerk provider. run your project npm run dev. Let me just go ahead and run this one, npm run dev. And now we can just open, before opening, actually we have to it will work automatically, because whatever you put, remember we said that whatever we put inside the layout is going to reflect on all the pages. So all you have to do is just local here, localhost. It's going to show on the, let me just put localhost here, localhost 3000. It is 3000, right? Yeah. So let me just go back here. Yeah, you see this one, sign in and sign up on the top. So basically that's all it takes to sign up to Clerk authentication. We have sign up here. You click it, it's going to take you to sign up here. Okay, you'll have an option to sign up to Google, or you can just manually sign up here and add username and password. Here, continue, and we just signed up. Password has been found as part of a breach. Okay, so let me just change this one. Okay, let me just yeah, no problem, change the password if you want. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Please, so continue. So I have signed in, and I have signed up with the email. Then it's going to ask me to verify. Okay, so let's say I want to do, I don't want to sign in right now, I just want to sign in here. I don't want to sign up. Also, it's going to take me to sign up here, sign in, sorry. So it's that simple. Setting up Clerk Auth is very simple to set up, and it's less hassle. And if I follow this, select sign up, yeah, and yeah, use this one. Basically that's how it works. You just follow this one, and it's very simple. And let's say I want to manage users, I can go to the dashboard and do it. Okay, I can just sign up here. I don't want to sign up because I already have a user, so I'm just going to sign in. I'm not going to sign up because I already have a user, so I'm just going to sign in here. Go back here, sign in here. You can sign up Clerk. Okay, if you don't have a user, once you sign up, this is how it will look like. Okay, you can create a new application if you want here, and you can set it up like posts, task manager or something, task manager here, and you can choose like email if you want to add phone, if you want to add username, anything from here. And create email, create application here, and you can choose any framework here. It will work. You can use Next.js. It will show you how to do it. You just install this one. You will get step-by-step way on how to actually do this. Okay, if you want to use Next.js, React, Expo, or whatever. Okay, so that's it. And since I already did, I don't need to go through the overview. Here I have users. I can create a new user here by myself, or invite new user by their email, or I can check the organization here. If you have, if you're using multiple organization, multi-tenants. Billing, we have here billings. You can, yeah, it's free, but there is a limit, I think, for the number of users or stuff. You can choose how you want to deal with this. Attack protection here, We have lockout policy. Configure how many login attempts is allowed before account is locked. So you can actually put limit here, 1 hour or something. Bot protection, and we have sessions here. Maximum lifetime 7 days, and claims and stuff. We have JWT templates and account portals. So basically, this is how we set it up using Clerk Auth. Okay. Yeah. So it's very simple. Okay. We were able to do it in seconds. Okay. This is good, but now let's do it using Better Auth. I think Better Auth is actually very important. Okay, I'm going to do it with Better Auth. Learning Better Auth is important. So let me just go back here. Clear. Okay, so let me just go back here. Okay, I'm going to use now. I just installed this one. It worked. Let me just close this one. Yeah, I just installed it, npm install Better Auth, and it worked for me after restarting. And the next thing we need to do is create .env file and add the secret actually here. You can just put this one, you can generate here and copy this one, Better Auth secret, paste it here. I did it already, so I'm just going to save this one. Okay, the next step is set base URL. Base URL are this, basically just my local host, right? This is the authentication URL. I'm just going to paste it as it is because I have the same URL because I'm using it with Next.js. Create a Better Auth instance, create a file named auth.ts. Okay, one of this location, .lib or util. I'm just going to go to lib here, create auth.ts, and copy this one, paste it, add and the file import Better Auth, create auth instance, make sure export auth variable name. So configure database. Better Auth requires a database to store user data. You can easily configure Better Auth to use SQLite, Postgres or MySQL. Yeah, we have three versions: MySQL, Postgres, SQLite, right? We will use Postgres SQL because we're using SQL Postgres, and that is if you're not using Prisma, if you're not using an ORM. But in our case, we are using Prisma, right? ORM. So we have to use one of its built-in adapters. Since we're using Prisma here, we can just copy this one actually and copy it here. We can yeah, we can just copy this one actually. Import Better Auth, import this one. Yeah, copy it as it is. It's okay because it's much simpler. If you're using MongoDB, you can use this one. Drizzle, this one, right? We're using Prisma in our case, so we just use this one. And then create a database table. But before that, I want to solve this problem actually. Here I'm seeing Prisma Better Adapter. This one is not working. But no problem, I will find a way to fix it. But let's just generate the schema. Okay, to do that we have to use this command, npx auth at latest generate. It's supposed to generate the default schema of Better Auth. Let's copy it, paste it here. Let's see if it's going to work. Sometimes it doesn't work actually. It's worth a try. Let's try it. Yeah, okay, say yes. Just give it some time so it will generate. No configuration file found. Add auth.ts file to your project. I already added that. It's just that I think it's I didn't save. That's why. Let me check. I think we need to remove this one. Yeah. We need to fix this one actually. We're not using it. We're not using this way. So we need to fix this import. Import Prisma from. I think we should use from Prisma client only, not generated. Use from. Delete this one. Yeah, there is a way to use this one. Prisma client, actually we are importing it. If you go to prisma.here, it's being imported from @prisma /client, right? This you have to match it here. Yeah, and has no exported members, and the reason this is not working is because we go to prisma.config here. This is done, but I think I need to run let me see here. Yeah, I just need to run npx prisma generate here. Prisma generate. No, not npm, npx. And we just save it here. Prisma adapter we have. Yeah, so now remaining is the adapter. I think we need to install the Prisma Better Auth adapter here. So that error is done for the Prisma client. It's just the adapter. I think we can install it using we can just I think we can do it this way. We can just copy this one, Better Auth adapters. Yeah, Better Auth adapter. Let me try this one. npm I control V. Let's see. Yeah, because actually it's wrong. I think Prisma, or let me do let me try Better Auth adapters. Shift no Prisma then Prisma. No, better. Just let me go ahead and just copy this one and check the documentation. It's much faster. Actually, just copy this one. Okay, we can just check documentation. Search here. Yeah, must call super. No problem. Let me just go here, databases, ORM Prisma here. This one, yeah. If you're using Prisma, you need to install this one. Yeah, this one I think. Yeah, npm install Better Auth Prime adapter. So it's different as per your ORM type. So let me go ahead and just remove this one. npm install Better Auth Prisma adapter, and I need to add it on my methodology actually. For Prisma, we need to use that one before adding this one. We have to use npm Prisma adapter. So now the error is gone. So now, since the error is gone, let's go back to our installation. and we were actually here, right? npx auth at latest generate in order to generate our schema. Let me just open this to the side. Right now we don't have anything. Let's wait and see if it will work. Add auth.js file your project path to the config. Okay, actually auth.js is installed. Maybe we need to put it inside source file. Let's try to put it inside source, and let's try it again. No. It cannot read super. Okay, let me just put auth.js back to the app folder, and let me just put config. Yeah, this is actually the problem, because this sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't work. When I put it inside lib. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Let me check the path here. App lib auth.ts. Example source lib auth.ts, or this. You can also nest any of these folders. The file import better auth create. Yeah, it should have worked, but it's not working here. Okay, so it's okay if database is not listed above. Yeah, so to create database table, sometimes we try to generate, it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So what I want to do is, since it's not working for us, we'll try it one more time, and if it doesn't work, then we can just do it manually. npx auth latest. No configuration file found. auth.ts. Actually, it's here. Okay. Let me just remove this one. This is saying SQLite. You should type here Postgres QL. It's much better. I doubt this was the issue, but let's try it again. Again, on your file. Okay, let me just try here config /lib /auth.ts. Better auth could not read your auth config. It's not under. It's under. Actually, it's going to be under source. It's going to be under source. It's going to be under app. See, I'm getting an error again, and couldn't read your auth.config. It needs to be constructed for non-empty. Yeah, it's okay. Let's just save our time and try to do it manually. If you instead want to create the schema manually, you can find the core schema required in this table database section. So let's open this on a new table. So we need the ID, name, value, email, and sessions, accounts, verification. So what I need to do is, but I don't want to add it manually, but you can if you want to. I already have a saved. I already have one saved database. Yeah, this doesn't work, so yeah. So basically, yeah, it will give. It's just telling you which fields the user will have, like ID, name, email verified, image, and what will be the types. You can create it manually, okay, but I don't want to do that. Actually, I don't want to create this manually, so I'm just going to go ahead and look on my notes. Here I can just check Better Auth here, search for Better Auth schema. We have Better Auth here. Let's see if it's, yeah, we have schema here. Yeah, we can check this one. So this is how it will look, the schema. You can just copy this one. So just copy this one, copy it as a whole, and just paste it here. No, I'm just going to copy this one. No, copy this one. This is the schema. I did it before, so yeah, and this looks like it's correct. So once this is done, I'm just going to save it. We have ID, first name, last name, role, email. Let me verify here. Actually, first name, last name is what I added by myself. You don't have to have this one. Okay, you can just stick with user ID, account ID, provider ID, access token. These fields are actually I added by myself. And we have verification, account ID, the ID of the user. Let me check in Prisma here. Model table. Actually, we can get it here from Prisma. There is an option here to choose from Prisma here, the tables. So let me do it for user. No, I cannot. I think I can use this one. Let me just remove this one. Let me remove this one and see if I can actually use it or not. Let me remove what I have here. See how it will look here. Copy this one. Model table, paste. If you remove this one and put it users or users here, and just user, no need to put S. I think user, I think this is fine. Just no need to add this one. Just put date, not time, it's enough. Map table means map user, basically user. So for session, let me just copy this one again, do the same thing, and for session I'm going to do the same thing here. Just change this one to session. This one, table name is session, so you can put here session. It doesn't have S, so remove, no, keep it as it is. User in model session, the relationship field is missing, the opposite. Okay, no problem. Remove this one, remove this one, remove this one, and user ID. I think you're supposed to add user ID here. Yeah. So both the session and user ID will be on the session. No, and here it will be in the session and the ID. Let me see. Field user in model session. The relationship field on the model session is missing. On the opposite relation on the model user, either run. Okay. Okay. I understand. Yeah. So we can fix this one, no problem. Let's finish our code here. Same here. Just copy this one for accounts. Copy for accounts. Paste it here. Paste it. Let's see what time it is now. It's 18 minutes. So remove this one. Remove this one. Remove this one. Remove this one. Okay, and yeah, let me just go ahead and do quick fix. Okay, view. Actually there is a command, Prisma format. It will add it manually. npm Prisma format. It's npm or mpx. Loaded prisma.config, formatted prisma. It's saying it's formatted, but it doesn't feel the same. Anyways, we can fix this one. Quick fix. Admin relation on model user. Yeah. So it just added this one. See, session and session to this one. So we're saying we have one to many relationship. From user can have many sessions and stuff. So map table, yeah, I will change this one. Accounts, and last table is verification. Verification. I'm just going to copy this one and add, paste here. I'm going to call it verification. 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 Here I'm going to call it accounts. Account. Here I'm going to call it session as it is. Create a new model table. No, the table means session. I think session and accounts, right? The relationship is with user. Both have one-to-many relationships. So this most likely this is not table. This is accounts. Accounts and accounts. Yeah. So table, change the name, make it account, and change the name here, make it session, and I think we are done here. Just fix this one, remove this one, and basically we are done. We just finished this section, the database. And in case Better Auth allows you to customize table name and columns name for the core schema. So if you want to add additional field, you can add it, but remember to include it here. Like here, I choose here user, model name, users, fields, name, and emails. Okay, I have to add it this way. Yeah. You can customize the table name and column names for the core schema by using mirror. No, this is just a custom table name, right? Table names and columns name for plugins. Yeah, you can just add, extend the core schema. Provides type safe way to extend the core schema. Yeah, this is you have to use additional fields in auth.ts. You can type additional fields, put it here. You can add role. And stuff. Okay, in fact, let's go ahead and do it in the user. Let's add here role. Okay, but I think we should just leave it as it is for now, just so you can see how authentication works, and then we can add roles. No problem. Okay, the next step is actually to go ahead to auth.js. No, we have to actually npx prisma. Migrate dev. We have to do this. We have to migrate the new schema. First save it, so make sure it's actually new. Yeah, let's just migrate it to update the database. Just one more thing we need to do is the table here. Here actually should be verification. verification. Actually, I don't care if the data is lost because we don't have actually any data. This is auth, right? So I don't think we have any data here. Verification, verification, verification. Verification. And let me check the database, the proper name here. Session, and we have account, we have verification here, right? So let me just copy this one to make sure the spelling is correct, so we don't have issues or mistakes. Let me just put the verification name here. Paste this one here and save this one. Prisma migrate dev. Let me do it again. Let me migrate it. You may use prisma.reset to drop the development database. Okay, fine. npx prisma migrate reset. Yes, reset the database. Database reset successfully. npx prisma migrate dev. Enter new migration, just make it init. Okay, now npm prisma npx prisma generate, so it will generate a new. Done. So now that we have completed this, now we can go and continue the steps of installation. So now we just have to go to auth.ts here. Okay, now we finished our authentication. We need to add this one, this part, email and password enable true. So if we're going to use email and password, if you're going to add social provider like GitHub or Google, you have to add this, but you have to include the GitHub client ID and secret. So I'm just going to copy this one, both. Okay, for our case, I'm just going to go to down here under here. I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, Control Z. I'm going to copy it here. Email and password should be here, and yeah. So I think we're supposed to add one more social providers. We have for GitHub and we have for social okay, for social provider also add here, close it, and put comma here, I think. Yeah, so actually I will open this to the side. Right now we don't have any client ID for GitHub. This is in case yeah, I'm just going to take this one, copy this one, client secret. I'm going to put equal here. Yeah, so this is what we did basically. Email and password enable true means to allow in username and password. Okay, sign in, users to sign in with username and password, sign in Sana. Also, social provider is just so we can add GitHub or any other social provider we can use, like Google also we can add. But for now, let's just stick with GitHub. You can log in here. This is my GitHub account. In order to get this client ID and client secret, I just have to go to let me think where I have to go exactly. 1 second. Might be from the settings. Let's go to settings and see what we have to do. Security, models, moderation, organization, enterprise. I'm not sure where exactly, but it's the account. Developer settings, yeah, here. Developer settings, you can check here GitHub app and OS application, and yeah, I think it's OAuth application. We can create a new application here. Let's say task manager or something. Task manager. Okay, the URL is this one because I'm actually using the local URL. The application description, no need. Authorization callback, application callback error. Read our let's read their documentation here. Let me I'm not sure exactly which we have to add here. 1 second. OAuth application. Yeah, better just check with Better Auth Better Auth documentation. I prefer Better Auth documentation. Here we have authentication here where you can check if you want to do it with GitHub. You have to open GitHub lab here and just connect to the provider. Okay, and yeah, sign into GitLab, configure your provider. To sign into GitLab, sign in social. This is where we'll get the client ID and the client secret. Not GitHub, GitLab, GitHub. To use GitHub sign in, you need a client ID and client secret. You can get them in the GitHub developer portal, which is here. But 1 second. Okay. Yeah, you have to create next auth URL to do that. Make sure you set the redirect URL to this one. Yeah, this is the one that we needed. Okay, redirect for local development. So since we are in local development, I'm just going to continue how I was doing this one. Yeah, the authorization callback, I think we're going to put this one. Okay, yeah, this URL. Next, register. So now it will give us the client ID here. Is the client ID. I'm just going to copy this one, and here it's going to give me the secret. Generate a new secret. Okay, verify via email. Let me go ahead and verify my user and copy this one and paste this one, verify, and this is the secret. Copy the secret, client secret, and paste it here. Done. So now it should work. We are done here. We set up both the social providers, and now the next step, actually, it's going to be to handle API requests. You need to set up a route handler on your server. So create a new file, route, in your framework designed to catch all route handlers. This route should handle requests from path. Okay. So yeah, for Next.js, this is the one. You just copy this one. You have to create this path: app, API, auth, all, route. So let me app under app. Let me create API. and let me create auth. Under API, let me create auth, and under auth, let me create 2-3 all, and under all, I think it's all, yeah, route.ts, routes.ts, and I'm just going to paste this one and change the path. Actually, my path is not this one. Let me put the path for auth here. Save this one, and now let's create a client instance. Client side library helps you interact with the auth server. Client or popular framework with vanilla. This one, create a function. Yeah, pass the base URL of the auth server. If you're using different base path, okay, so we need to add the base URL here. The client, we need to create something here. Client side library help you interact with the auth server. Better Auth comes with the client for all the popular web frameworks. Okay, we import create auth client from package for your framework. Okay. Call the function, create a client, pass the base URL for your auth server. If auth server is running on the same domain as your client, you can skip this step. Okay, so it's up to us actually. We can use, if you're using a different base URL other than api.auth, yeah, we can use this one. We can create api.client. Okay, let me just create this one. Auth.client client here .ts, and you just paste this one actually, and that's about it. And it's telling you here if the auth server is running on the same domain as your client, you can skip this step. So let's export this one. Let's put this one. Let me just put this one. Export once sign in, sign up, and use session. That's it. You're now ready to use Better Auth. Continue basic usage to learn how to use Better Auth to sign in users. So let's go ahead for basic usage here. So now that we finished this one, okay, I want to sign up. By default, the user are automatically signed in after they successfully. Yeah, we can use auto sign in false to disable this one. But let's go ahead and try this one. Okay. To sign in, also we're going to use this one. Is the command await auth client.signin.email, and that's it. Server side authentication. If you're using to authenticate using server, you have to use .api. This is the major difference actually. If you're running it from a server, you have to use auth.api.signin mail to sign in. Okay, and add body and put email and password as of response. But if you are using it in the client, you have to use auth client.signin.email. Okay, so be careful on this. This is very important. Server side authentication, we have to use .api. Social sign in, we just sign in with social provider. We just put sign in.social, auth.client sign in.social. For sign out, auth client.sign in session. So right now I want to try it out. Okay, now that we have done this, I think. So we had an issue with Prisma actually. We were using this one, import Prisma client from Prisma.client. We don't have to use this one. We shouldn't use this one because we should import it from Prisma from here, our Prisma, because we are using custom output. Okay, So this was the mistake that we did, and we fixed this one. Once we fixed it, everything worked fine. Okay, and we fixed our input. Okay, and just the email, we could type email here, and so basically this is what was going on. So we know we can go ahead and sign up now. Try to sign up. Okay, and I can remove this session here. Okay, now let's say I want to, my name is Sam or something. Okay, I'm just going to type here sam@gmail.com, and I'm going to make some password here. Sign up. So yeah, we just signed in successfully here. You can see that we got a session here. Yeah, since it's automatically signs you in after you sign up, Better Auth. And you can see here we have the cookies, and also if you check the console, you can see signed up successfully, and the token here, we received the token, and we received the user details here, the name and ID. Okay, to verify, what we can do is like remove this one since it's already signed in. Okay, refresh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sign in because I already created sign in out here. Here what I'm going to do is just going to use the same gmail.com, and I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm going to try it. So if we are successful, we should see a token here. We received the token, so successfully signed in. So we're able to sign in successfully, and you can see here redirect token user email. So basically let me show you what I did for sign in as well. See, it's the same. We use await auth client.signin.email, and we destructure data just for our information. That's why we for our logging is for test purpose, and that's it. We just take yeah, when sign in only takes email and password. Okay, and here what we did is just simply extract the data that was submitted by the user, put it inside form. Okay, and then form data, new form data, and we just use form data.get, put it here, email here, and password, and simply we just pass it to the Better Auth for authentication. So this is how it is done. It's very simple. Sign in and sign up, and you can go to auth.ts and enhance, optimize as much as you want. You can go through the Better Auth for better understanding. Okay, you can see authentication here, email, password, and yeah, you can see we have your emails, password, sign out also, and yeah, basically just yeah. So now let's see the pros and cons of this. Of what we just did. Let me go here. So the difference between Better Auth and Clerk Auth, just so we are clear on what's the exact difference. Better Auth gives you customization. You can customize it to your own needs. Data is stored in your database, and yeah, Clerk Auth versus Better Auth. So basically, you can see the difference. Clerk is a managed plug-and-play SaaS solution with pre-built UI, ideal for rapid development, while Better Auth is open source, framework agnostic, self-hosted library focused on data. Clerk is faster for MVPs, and whereas Better Auth offers better long-term customization. So the pros are extremely fast setup, Clerk. And Better Auth is open source. That's the difference. Integrates with ORMs and higher setup. Basically, that's the main difference between those two. You can use either. Better Auth, one thing I noticed, it has a lot of documentation. You can do everything from the documentation itself. You can do many enhancements, improvements, all from the documentation. Which is something that I actually personally like about Better Auth. I think this is not available in many other frameworks, like many other tools. Like compared to other tools, Better Auth has a lot of documentation. That's why I recommend using Better Auth for checking. And yeah, that's it for today, and thank you for watching.